Hello and welcome to another 5-minute tech tip in Photoshop. This is Dave Casuto with SF Tech Training. I'm going to show you how to create a photo kind of like this, where we have this sort of very controlled, masked, black and white in some part and color in another part. Okay, so our original image is going to look like that, but we want to only make the blue eyes out, make the blue eyes be even bluer, and also make the black and white stand out even more. So if you see the finished product, you will see here, that's what we started with. And we just have these two very simple adjustment layers right on top of that. And that's what we're going to do. And you'll also notice these little black holes there. That's called masking. So we're going to mask through these adjustment layers. How do we do that? And then also, how can we apply this to other things? You'll be able to use your imagination and creativity, how you can just transfer this knowledge to something else. So let's go ahead and start off with this pretty little kitty here. And I know I want to make it black and white. So very simply, I go over here to my little adjustment layer option in the lower part of my layers panel. I'm going to choose black and white. And you will see that the entire thing gets black and white. And I can't see the eyes, right? So what happens here? I now have this mask that's on top of this, that's all white. See, through this, I have to paint the opposite of white, which is black. So this is what's known as masking. So this is going to have me give me a lot of control over what my adjustment layer is going to, in fact, adjust. So what I'd like to do is now go over here to my brush and paint black. So I'm going to switch that from black to white. And then very gently, making sure this is selected, just go ahead and click. And you'll be able to see, I'm now just essentially just poking a hole through that white mask. Okay? And then notice my opacity is 100%, make sure it's strong. But you'll notice that I also did a little bit too much here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to switch back to white, and then notice how I can then just clean that up. So anytime you kind of like make a mistake, you go a little bit too far, like, oops, I don't want to do that, just switch it back between black and white, and then you're awesome. Okay, go ahead and zoom out a little bit, and let's say I want to make this a little stronger black and white. So when I click on this now, this section here, and I go over here to properties, I'm going to be able to see the properties of the black and white. So all of the colors that I have in the original picture are showing through here. So there are some reds and yellows and greens and all that kind of stuff. I would like to actually make those a little bit more kind of pronounced, so I can add on a little bit more texture to that. Is there any yellow in that? I'm not sure. There certainly is. You can see there's definitely some blues in there. Okay, great. So now it's a lot more pronounced. Okay, but I'd like to make her eyes a little bit bluer, maybe even red or purple or something like that. So I can then add on another adjustment layer. So I'm going to stack my adjustment layers one on top of the other. So I'm going to say hue saturation, and I'm now just going to make the saturation a little richer. So essentially whatever's in color, there's going to be more of that color. So if I click, let me just go a little extreme, you can see what happens there. Black and white to very, very blue. Okay, if you wanted to change the colors altogether, you can do that too. So really cool, really easy, and it still kind of keeps like the natural tones and shadows of it as well. So if you wanted to just change your cat's eyes to completely different ones, you can do that. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of this, but then go very, very blue, so it really stands out just like that. Okay, so if we come back to our layers panel, we'll see what we have here. We have the original cat, and then we have our black and white adjustment layer that's on top of it. I poked a hole in it so it wouldn't be black and white through the eyes. Then I put on another adjustment layer for the hue and saturation to then make whatever was poked through here a little bit more blue, right? Because I added on saturation. All right, so pretty slick. Lots you can do with adjustment layers, lots you can do with masks. This is a quick and dirty 5-minute tech tip on just this, but you can transfer a lot of this information to all kinds of other things within Photoshop, and certainly with masks. So I'll have another video coming up on how to work with just basic masks as well. It's a really great alternative to erasing. So in case you're thinking about erasing, don't erase, use masks. All right, so this was a 5-minute tech tip. I'm Dave Casuto. Find me on my YouTube channel if you're not there already, and LinkedIn, and also my website, sftechtraining.com. And feel free to reach out with any requests or questions or anything of that nature. All right, we'll see you in the next video.